Hey guys, Reza here from Budget Audio Reviews. Today I'll be bringing you an unfair comparison between the ISK HF2010 and the Sennheiser HD598. Let's dive right into the ISKs. They are about Singapore $50, semi-open back, impedance 60 ohms, sensitivity 93 decibels, frequency response 15 Hz to 28,000 Hz. Now these are an extremely well-made pair of headphones for the money. They are metal frame all around. They've got good adjustments on the side, roughly about 7 clicks. The ear cups are very well designed. It goes around the ear, circumaural design. There's some flexibility so that the headphones can form around your head. Those metal grills are awesome. They are high quality stuff. The velour pads are of good quality, a little bit firm, not too soft, but they are very comfortable. The 50mm drivers drive very good sound to your ears, good clarity, good soundstage, good bass as well. The wires, the cables are very high quality. That frame is really solid, and overall it is very excellent value for money. Let's take a look next to the unfair competitor in this comparison video, which is the Sennheiser HD598. Now the only reason I bought this Sennheiser was because it was second-hand, it's used, and it was going for Singapore $150 versus retail is about Singapore $350. Now that works out to about US $250. What's happening here is that this headphones, for the amount of money you're paying, it's mostly plastic. It feels very light. Nothing wrong with being light, but it feels really plasticky. But overall, if you put it on your head, it is very comfortable. I do like the details in the designs with the burlwood trimmings. The paddings are extremely comfortable. Once it's on your head, it goes away. The weight disappears on your head. Now the details in terms of the headband adjustments, right up to 17 clicks. For someone with a large head, this can fit you very, very well. The stock velour pads are very comfortable. They're very soft, but over time, the previous owner have used this for about 1 year, and therefore you can see it peeling out. The metal grills, I was quite surprised that the build quality are similar to the ISKs. So I think ISKs did something good with their metal grills. The Sennheiser burlwood trimmings are amazing. They look beautiful. The cables are detachable. Overall, there is an extreme amount of quality in the Sennheiser as well. So let's take a look at the comparison video. Okay guys, I'm sure you've seen the introduction video between the ISK HF2010 and the Sennheiser HD598. In the beginning, I talked a little bit more about its build quality, the construction of both headphones. They are very varied price points between the ISK and the Sennheiser. The ISK is about Singapore $50, and the Sennheiser brand new for that particular model, the HD598, will be about Singapore $350. So from US dollars price difference, it's a huge price gap. But the reason I'm doing this comparison video was because I got the Sennheiser at its used rate. Someone was selling it cheap at Singapore dollars at Singapore dollars $150, and I thought that might bring very good comparative value between a budget semi-open back and a low to mid-tier kind of a fully open back headphones. So let's just show you in person right here between the ISK HF2010 and the Sennheiser HD598. You will appreciate the ISK for its really solid, sturdy build quality. It's solid and it's metal all around, versus the Sennheiser, which is very, very plasticky. You can in fact hear all the plastics creaking. Alright, so initially it might be very disconcerting to you to hear headphones that cost quite a pretty penny to be creaking all over. I know it's used, so maybe because it's used, that's the reason why it's creaking, but I doubt so, because by looking at the plastic joints and everything, I would assume it would be creaking that way even when it's brand new. But let's dive straight to the sound quality between the ISK and the Sennheiser 598. I must say that the ISK HF2010, these guys here, for the price, they are extremely good. So if you're just starting out in your journey in terms of either the hi-fi journey or the audiophile journey. In fact, I would rather consider myself as a someone who would enjoy this hi-fi journey and time to time audiophile, in the sense that because you try to analyze the sounds, you try and analyze the bass, the mids, the trebles, the vocals, the soundstage, etc., etc. So this can be a very good start to your journey. I started on this guy about maybe just a few weeks ago, maybe about maximum about a month ago, and I thought that these guys were very, very impressive for the amount of money I paid for it. Being semi-open back, you could actually have a sense of space with the ISK HF2010. You could hear a bit more depth in the music. I really enjoy still listening to some of the classical stuff and Baroque stuff on these headphones here. The HF2010, they are more suited, I believe, for a bit more bassy types of music, like electronic dance music and soundtracks. So soundtracks that have a lot of boom and bass in the background, the HF2010 will be able to deliver on such tracks, versus the Sennheiser HD598, the fully open back headphones here. These guys are very well suited for vocals. So if you enjoy listening to a lot of female vocals, you enjoy listening to a lot of guitars with steel strings, especially these guys on Hotel California 1994 MTV Live. These are brilliant. I really truly enjoyed the Sennheiser on that song, because the representation of the strings, they're so beautiful. You could actually feel that the steel guitars as being strummed, you can hear the sounds floating up. Alright, and the trebles on the Sennheiser are actually very good. They are not painful to the ears. They add to the clarity of the music. So we talk about, next we want to talk about soundstage between these two here. What's the soundstage like? The Sennheiser beats the ISK for soundstage anytime. So the Sennheiser gives you a much larger and wider presentation, so it feels like most of the time, if you're listening to the right tracks, it feels like you're in a wide auditorium. So for example, Billie Eilish's No Time to Die, for the latest Bond movie, that one, it feels that you're in a auditorium with her, and she's singing, and that there's a lot of headroom and ceiling to the sound with the Sennheiser, versus the ISK. The bass on the ISK tends to overwhelm and wrap that song too much, and it creates something like I would describe like a bubble of bass around the song. So you could get more out of the ISK by equalization. So if you download certain apps like Wavelet and all that, I've tried it out to bring down the bass, the sub bass, and the lower mids a bit on the ISK. So these guys work fairly well in terms of bringing out the vocals a bit more, bringing up the trebles, and therefore also creating a little bit better imaging in terms of the separation of the instruments and the sound. So for, again, Singapore, $50+ US, about $35-$38, you cannot beat the value of the ISK HF2010. But if you really want to get started in a audiophile type journey, I think this is a good start point. I mean, a lot of people are comparing this to the higher end stuff like from AKGs and all that. But I think if you can get this for a good discount at about Singapore dollars, $150, there's another one on Carousel which I saw. In fact, I click the follow button on that one just to see how quickly it goes. I do like that one because it's a fully black version. This one is a bit more of a quiet taste for some people. So it may be an acquired taste for some people where they don't like this cream colored and this burl wood kind of trimmings. And I think from overall value perspective, I would not have paid full price for this. Maybe because I don't really truly value the quality as yet. Maybe as I grow in this journey, I might just be able to fork out Singapore $350 for this. But right now in my journey, I don't think I'll be paying for it. I'll be looking out on the secondary market for things like this. There's a few AKGs K612, if I'm not wrong, that's going at about $150, I think so, on Carousel. Again, I might be exploring into the AKGs because those are in the sub-Singapore $200 budget, which I think will fit very well into the budget audiophile range. So let's take a look at the fit first. Okay, so the Sennheiser, in terms of the fit, it is very comfortable. It is a circumaural design, meaning it goes around the ears. It being fully open back, I can hear my environment very clearly. So anything that's outside, even the traffic outside my house, the fan above me, I can hear everything. Okay, so the headbands rest very well. They're very comfortable. I can use this for very long listening hours, up to 3 hours, 4 hours, with very little discomfort around my ears and my head. And I may get a little bit sweaty on this one, but it's okay. The ear pads are still good. Previous owner used it for about a year. The ear pads are peeling out a little bit, so I bought some replacements from AliExpress and waiting for that to come. Next one, we take a look at the ISK. These guys are a little bit more solid, so you have a bit more weight on this guy. It feels a bit heavy because of the steel frame. The velour pads here, if you can see, it's squishy, but it's a little bit stiffer than the Sennheiser. So when you put it on your head, it does have some kind of density that's coming around your ears. Okay, so semi-open back. My voice now sounds a bit more nasal, so the sound is half open versus the Sennheiser. Okay, it is still circumaural. It goes around my ears. My ears are fully inside the ear cups. I do feel a little bit of pressure against my head, but it is not an overwhelming kind of pressure. With a bit more weight on this guy, I must say it is still very, very comfortable. I can have long listening sessions. I've done it 3 hours to 4 hours on this guys at moderate volume. Very, very good. I will enjoy a lot of tracks with this one. Daft Punk, all the kinds of Batman type soundtracks, Avengers, Spider-Man, Thor, and all this kind of soundtracks. I really enjoy it with this guy. I will say that with even with the classical stuff, like the Baroque stuff that I listen to, especially the Canon Indie by Pachelbel on the Denon Essentials album, these guys can do it very, very well. Comparatively speaking, of course, I will appreciate that Sennheiser a little bit more on that particular track, the Pachelbel, on the Denon Essentials album. So back down to value. If you can get the Sennheiser at a discount below Singapore $150 or at Singapore $150, you can buy this. It's totally worth it for you to buy. If you're just starting out in your journey and you're really curious what good headphones may be like, okay, $50, alright, it might be a week's worth of money for some of us. If we are on a budget of $10 a day in terms of food, this would take away 5 days of your food, so save up over 4 to 5 weeks or even 6 weeks including shipping. Maybe if you're buying from a local dealer, it's about $60. This is extremely worth it. Initially, I thought of selling this one because I just got the ISK HD 999, 4 nines, HD 999, it's a lot of nines. Those guys are fantastic, but they are double the price. Those are closed backs, this is semi-open back, but for the fully closed backs, the ISK HD quadruple 9 has very, very excellent soundstage, very, very excellent sound quality. So I think I might just keep this just to rotate around and just compare just for fun. Or if I do get sick of it, it's still in good condition, I might be able to just sell this off and not take too much space in my house. Alright guys, so I'm about to rush off to work. I'm doing this before work. Time now in Singapore is 12:50 p.m. I start at 2 p.m. today. Here we go. One final look. The Sennheiser HD598 ISK HF2010. Make your choice, make your budget choice, which you think you would prefer. Reza here about Budget Audio Reviews. Do like, share and subscribe the video if you have enjoyed what you've seen. Thanks so much guys. See you real soon.